Hey everybody, welcome back and thanks for tuning in. So today's episode, I actually sit down with my old friend Zack Richland. He's been in the e-commerce and business development space for years now. So we're actually gonna be brainstorming a brand new business. Zack has just gotten the opportunity to actually purchase a storefront on the Venice Beach Boardwalk in California. Over 30,000 tourists walk past this location every day. So we're brainstorming what types of businesses could go in there, what would be profitable, just if Zack should make the deal overall. So stay tuned, I think you're really gonna like it. And if you have any ideas of your own, please drop a comment, drop a review somewhere. We'd love to hear what you got. So here we go.
Beauty. Cool, dude. So how long have you been in Cali now? 6 months?
Since May, 6 months. Yep.
Well, congrats, man.
Thank you.
Cheers. There you go. But today's episode today, by the way, brought to you by Coors Light. Coors Light, as cold as the Rockies, brewed right here in Colorado.
Wow.
So nice, man. So you've been in California like 6 months, and so obviously you're still pushing Vengatti, trying to sell some bikes. You got them on hand. And so where did you meet this guy first? I'm guessing on the boardwalk?
Yeah, so just randomly one day I was walking down the Venice Beach Boardwalk and I walked past a bike rental shop, and obviously this was relevant to me because selling scooters, my scooters are very similar to bicycles in that, if you wanted a rental vehicle for the day, you could just as well buy a scooter or rent a scooter as much as you could rent a bike. Like, they both serve the same purpose. So I walked in there. The owner of the shop was there. It turns out this guy owns 2 shops on the boardwalk. He's a businessman himself. And he actually already had some Vengattis in his inventory, but from a different brand. So it made a lot of sense to let this guy know that I was also selling these items online. And, we got talking, and he eventually told me that he was interested in some of my inventory. So that's good for me. Get some more inventory off to him, and obviously he gets to rent them out to people. So it worked out for both of us. But then, yeah, so that's how I met the guy.
Okay, straight. So for everybody who doesn't know exactly what Vengatti is, give a little, if it's possible, 30-second to a minute synopsis of the brand, maybe even where it started to what it is now.
Yeah, so Vengatti started back in 2015. We started buying hoverboards, the famous hoverboards, online from China, importing them into the United States, slapping our logo onto them, and distributing them to influencers and then customers after we got the publicity. I'll fast forward 3 years later, we pivoted into scooters. So the scooters were not as hot, unfortunately. Yeah. Maybe over time, I said this one, stay patient. They'll get hotter and hotter, but they didn't fly off the shelves like the hoverboards. So Vengatti, basically, what it means to me is a luxury electronics brand that's dabbled in mobility, but maybe headed for other industries very soon. Just the overarching theme is that we sell new, trending, luxurious, stylish electronic devices that you will not find anywhere else.
Dude, which is sick, honestly. And we've been talking about pivoting this shit every fucking few months. It's yo, these products and shit, man. I think that's who knows, maybe that becomes the e-commerce brand. Fuck it, right? Hot luxury tech. Hot trending luxury tech. Overall. But either way, so back to it. Right now, there's scooters. For everybody who's kind of picturing in their mind right now, it's way more like an electric bike. It's got some sort of almost spokes or footrests on it. So you're not pedaling at all. It's 100% electric, and it's hella fresh and hella new age. So it makes sense that they're renting them out on the Venice Boardwalk, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, people can zip around, super hot and trendy. So nice, man. Well, let me take a step back and say, so you met him, right? You're told the story super casual here, that you saw some bikes or some similar models of, like you say, Vengattis, and so you just strolled in there?
Yeah, which is sort of uncharacteristic for me. I'm an introverted person. I don't usually like putting myself out there, but I know just about anyone who's ever been successful had to put themselves out there eventually. So this is a skill I'm trying to work on. So yeah, I just went in there and I started a conversation. I didn't go in there with any expectations, and I think that was important because that allowed me to show my genuine side. Like I was genuinely interested in the conversation.
Love it. And so right off the bat, were you talking to the owner?
Talk straight to the owner, yeah.
Did you know he was the owner?
I didn't know it at the time, but he had that confidence, that attitude where it's like a couple minutes into the conversation, I'm like, okay, this guy wants to shop.
Cool. Just out of curiosity, ethnicity, gender, and age.
I would say mid-30s, from Israel, from Tel Aviv, and what was the third one?
Male. It's a male?
Male, yeah.
Cool. Nice, man. Well, shit, that's a great lesson in itself right there, right? Get outside of your comfort zone and fucking just hop right into it, right? And you had no expectations, which, funny enough, I put an episode out on the Work, Grind, Hustle podcast a couple of weeks ago, all about active listening.
Go check that out, by the way.
Dude, and so that's sort of what this was. Funny enough, because I sort of tied it over into sales in general, that people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And the best way to build those three things is by active listening. Not having a agenda or any preconceived expectations. Just go in. The only genuine interest is, right? Ask questions, truly actively listen, learn, and respond because you're interested.
Exactly. And in this case, it did lead to some more opportunities, which I think we could probably dive into now. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. So to wrap it up, I mean, so you're in talks with this shop, right? We're staying on the shop, but as far as Vengatti is concerned, you're sort of still talking to him, maybe putting inventory in there, which is going to eventually lead to the next step in the story.
Yeah. So he wanted to put some inventory in there. But later in the conversation, he made it clear that his future plans for the rental shop were to sell. He wanted to sell the business to another owner. And so we got talking a little bit, and he made me an offer. He said, you can buy this whole business for $75,000. And originally I was like, whoa, that's a pretty big offer. What does that come with? So buying the business for $75,000 would mean having ownership of the shop. Sorry, not ownership of it, but access to run a business out of it. You wouldn't own the property.
Fair. So the location, you mean, not the shop, but like the location.
Exactly. Okay. And then all of the inventory inside of it. So that would include the scooters and Segways, which are also pretty expensive. And so if I wanted to continue his business, I would buy it for $75,000. And then he made an offer and he said, wait a second, if you're not interested in continuing a rental business, I'll sell you just the location for $35,000, no inventory included.
Cool. So this is where you called me, right?
Yeah.
You hit me with that as far as, awesome, the guy offered to essentially sell you the location, the opportunity. And for those that aren't aware, right, it's on the Venice Boardwalk. So much traffic. I mean, some of those shops you think pretty high end. A lot of them, I mean, are touristy, but the area is high end for sure.
Yeah.
Right. And so it brings a lot of potential. So that's kind of where we're at here. Is just almost brainstorming, debating, thinking about the pros, the cons, the possibilities. Right. So what's the first thing that popped in your head?
Well, before I even get into my opinion on the whole situation, I just want to pose a question to the listeners. What would you do if you had access and ownership to a retail location right on the Venice Beach Boardwalk, one of the hottest boardwalks in the world? So, I was taken aback by it at first. Because I've never been made an offer like that. You and I are both pretty young, so I'm sure we'll have more offers like that in the future. But this is the first time I've had to actually really think about financials. Like, okay, so what would happen if I shelled out $35,000? Is that it? Is that my only expense? Well, it turns out no, that wouldn't be the only expense. And so income, other considerations like rent, maintenance, liability insurance, things like this. So once I started thinking about all the costs, it was no longer just a $35,000 offer. It was a bit more expensive, at least for that first year, primarily because I had to pay that $35,000 initiation fee.
Yeah.
So there was a lot to consider.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. It's so interesting to me, right? Because so my first natural instinct is retail's dying, brick and mortars are dying, right? It's my first instinct just from it being 2019, about to be 2020, right? But the fact of the matter is, you can still be fucking profitable, right? Maybe not like a Sears or a Macy's that are giant, right? But shit, running a small high-end shop could be sick. And so I told you, right? First thing that popped into my head for some reason was Tesla. Actually, at the mall in DC, they have a Tesla showroom. They don't sell cars out of it. It's purely just to, honestly, build hype.
Well, you can buy a Tesla out of it, can't you?
So maybe you can now. I was there a few years back. You could sign up for a test drive at the location.
But you couldn't buy one.
No, you probably can now. I mean, Teslas are full manufactured. You don't need to like have them pre-ordered anymore, right?
Yeah, I think you probably saw it during the pre-order phase. I'm guessing.
Yep, exactly. But so shit. I mean, that was the first thing that popped into my head, right? If a company's going for just brand recognition, maybe do some sales, could be profitable to have a brick and mortar, right? Something that you have to experience in person. It's not the same as just online.
Well, the first thing you said before that was that brick and mortar are kind of going out of style, and you're right. Like we hear this all the time, like Amazon, chewing up billions of dollars of business every year, closing stores and malls all over the United States.
Yeah.
But I think we can both agree that Venice Beach may be an exception to this, this whole thing because it's such a hot tourist destination. And so there is still a reason for people to get up out of bed and go to Venice Beach, not necessarily to shop, but just to be there and, take in all the sights and sounds. Whereas like it doesn't make as much sense for you to go, 15 minutes away to buy some toothpaste and mouthwash when you could easily get that. I mean, that's a bad example, but something else.
Jaffiel, dude. And so the thing that actually wasn't really sticking in my mind that you just said, though, was the tourism aspect, right? The tourist population here. And so it might make sense to steer that direction. I mean, so how many locals, people who live around the area, are going to Venice Beach, on the reg or just in general?
I'm looking that up right now.
Because that's interesting, man. Like I know we brainstormed, we'll get to it here in a second. We brainstormed some tourism type businesses that you could run out of there. But that didn't stick in my mind that that's maybe the direction to go. Because then obviously a fucking Tesla might not be the move. Well, shit, it could still be. Because you could buy Teslas around the world, I guess. Around the US, but either way.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
This iconic site attracts visitors from all over the world, and it's estimated that approximately 28,000 to 30,000 people visit Venice Beach each day, specifically the boardwalk.
30,000.
30,000.
That's a fuck ton of people.
Yeah.
That's a fuck ton of people right there, man. Damn. So, the tourism market is fucking giant. Right? I think that's the way to steer at. If you have the opportunity to do this business, if you were going to take it, that's the type of business you would want, right? So you have the option of buying the rental company, do you know how long he's been there as a rental business?
He said he's been there for, I believe, 15 years.
It's been a rental shop the whole time?
Oh, no. Excuse me, I don't exactly remember exactly how long it's been a rental shop. I just know his family has had something there for
location. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Which, I mean, shit. So it could be profitable, no doubt about it. It's right off the bat as a rental shop, right? Because obviously that was a question that we were thinking about: is why is this guy trying to sell? What's going on behind the scenes? Because if it was making cash money, you would keep it, right?
Exactly. No, he claims that he's just spending too much time at the shop and he wants to focus on other things like construction. And I believe him. I believe he's chasing other things. But I think you're right. I think there's something else going on here. The first thing that I noticed right off the bat was he's not the only rental shop in the area. He's not even the only rental shop on the block. So I'm guessing that competition is a bit fierce there. And, you know, there's probably tons of undercutting going on between shops.
Dude, fuck competing on price. All right, we can say something here, right now. Don't compete on price. And when I say that, don't compete to be the lowest. Fuck it. Do compete to be the highest, though. That could be sick.
Yeah.
Right? Redefine the market. I will say that right quick. But either way, so there's a bunch of rental shops, tons of competition, and so that stuck in your mind as maybe that's the reason.
Well, I would say that's got to be one of them. I like what you said there, maybe be the highest, and I think maybe that's where his mindset was with this. Since the Vengattis are luxury, you know, they're interesting looking, you don't see them around. He's charging about $40 an hour, $70 for the day. So that's, you know, kind of pricey, I would say, for a bike.
Yeah, for a bike rental shop, no doubt. I would definitely agree with it. But either way, so if we're staying, well, I was going to sort of switch here. The rental, right? So what is that a good idea, right? You think it's a good idea to stay in the rental market potentially?
You know, one thing I would have to do is look at his financials, but I would say that there's probably better options out there.
Yeah, probably. Quick thing that popped into my head was helicopter tours. It's not really rentals, but helicopter tours could be pretty sick, right? You could run that out of there.
So I like that idea a lot because if we go back just a second, we were talking about tourism, right? So most of the people visiting Venice Beach are in that touristy mindset. So you kind of have to cater whatever you're selling to their experience in LA for whatever it is, a week or 3 days. And so who the frig would not want to go in a helicopter?
Sounds sick as fuck to me. So I've actually never been in a helicopter. I know helicopter tours are a huge industry, right? And so I don't know, you want to also do research into the demographic, right? I know there's tours from around the world, 30K, might be skewed one direction. I bet you we could even try and guesstimate an income bracket where they're at, right? And steer more into that potentially. I don't know. But right, like I said just a little while ago, you would want to be, I always try and go more that luxury side, right? Same shit with Vengatti. The more luxury, the more high-end, refined amazing customer service and experience, right? Because that way, one, you can have a business you can be way more proud of, right? You can feel a lot better about it instead of just trying to sell a ton of shit, right? Because that's the other direction to go. Is if you have a lower priced item, I'm not saying that means it's necessarily bad, but you have to sell a shit ton of it to be able to roll over a big profit. And so, I mean, shit, maybe that's how it is with that, the rentals. Kind of low ticket.
Check out this idea. What if inside the shop you were doing like live performances? So like you almost have to walk up to the shop and buy an entry ticket past the doors. But once you're inside, you know, some crazy shit's going on. I don't know exactly what, but there's already tons of street performers around. What if you approached one of them and you said, hey, look, I found a way to make your business a little more legitimate. I'm going to give you guys a location and we're gonna like hire people to stand outside our location and make it look like there's a big line, and boom, all of a sudden people are wondering what's going on inside those doors.
I kind of like it. You would have to be closed off though, right? A lot of those shops are open, right? Like the doors are always open, like come on in, or like it has a big old fucking opening.
Or there's no door at all. It's just like walk in.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Essentially like just an area, like a tent, more or less. But that's interesting, man. Live performances. The first thing, which I hate to fucking go negative, I like, keep building on ideas.
course.
What would stop someone from just, because at least when I was on the Venice Boardwalk, I was walking. I was just strolling. I wasn't there to buy or to see shows. It was just cool to be able to walk by and see street performers, be like, oh, tight, chill. And like, you're looking, you're like, okay. And then you keep going.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally agree.
That's the first thing that pops into my head. But I like the idea of a fucking venue. I mean, that's not to say that you couldn't during the day, just be promoting it. Shit, then you have people outside. You specifically contract with these street performers to perform outside your place.
Ooh.
And then you sell tickets during the day to a fucking big ass show at nighttime. Maybe that, right? Use the coming by traffic to stop them, grab them, and then they come back later.
That's pretty good. What were some of the other?
Your idea.
What were some of the other ones we thought of? I know I had mentioned like maybe a studio where artists could come and practice, but you'd have to work out the revenue model there. Like what?
Straight up, it could be interesting. I think if you wanted to do that, it'd probably be a best bet to partner with sort of a big studio already, right? Because what is the draw of recording there, right? Or who is the type of artist that's going to record there?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, I mean, my draw would be it's on the beach, so like that's one, plus. Two, there's lots of people around, so if you're really freestyling or you're killing it inside the venue, people might see you, they might hear you, they might want to ask about you and get your name out a little more. Just another thought.
Well, so that's that sparks to my mind. It's almost like a live recording, like viewing. Like you're recording on the inside. Of course, you're in a fucking booth, but all of the discussions and noises and sounds from inside are getting like broadcasted out.
Yeah.
So people walking by, so on the inside, you're still sort of in private. That's the only thing we would be able to watch of, right? Is like, okay, what do they not want to get out? But you don't feel like you're being watched, because I don't think artists up in the studio want to get watched. And actually, probably a lot of big artists, I don't know, they don't want their shit to get out, maybe, which actually poses a problem. But fuck it, dude. I think people might pay mad money, or damn straight they're gonna stop to be able to look into the inside of the music recording industry.
Yeah.
Fuck, sign me up, dude. To be able to just have a peek into a dope recording studio. There's somebody up in the booth, dude. They're fucking spitting rhymes. Producer is talking to him through the shit, mixing, dude. I watch documentaries like that all the fucking time. Any TV show that has somebody in a music studio, I'm down.
Dude, I like that. Maybe even sell merchandise on the outside, Venice Beach Studio. Oh, I was at Venice Beach Studio. Make it this whole flagship,
Dude, I saw a little baby before he was anybody when he was recording on Venice Beach.
Really? Oh. No. I was like, what? Someone's already doing this?
That's what people are going to say, man. That's what people are going to say. That could be sick, actually. That could be sick. So you would essentially be charging regular studio rates, which I don't know where locations are. I would imagine, though, that a studio you're putting it low-key bumfuck nowhere, where you have zero to no rent cost.
Exactly.
Or little to no rent cost. And then, of course, it's sick as fuck on the inside. But that's the only problem. You could have kind of high overhead to be able to make a studio profitable.
For sure.
But it's kind of sick idea, dude. That could be hype. That could be hype as fuck.
It's very LA for sure.
Yeah.
People come here to see that sort of stuff.
I'm digging it as essentially just an event promotion spot. Right? That's sort of the stuff that we've been talking about here. Ooh. In theory, you could just partner with a bunch of different businesses. So call it helicopter rentals, whatever. You could be promoting that for somebody else if you wanted. Same time, you got you fucking street performers outside. You're busy selling tickets. Shit, you got hot girls, maybe some hot ass dudes handing out flyers, selling for events or performances later at night. Hey tourists, what are you guys up to tonight in LA? Yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. And then What else do we have? Whatever other events, whatever promotion. Let's say there is a studio that you want to partner with, right? And you're like, shit, okay, who's recording tonight? Are they cool with selling some private tickets? Have people come into the studio and see what's what.
And if you got a decent artist in there too, like people would come back and they'd want to meet the artist, and like that could be pretty cool.
People already pay to go backstage at a concert.
Yep.
They fucking are gonna pay even more to go backstage at the studio.
Yeah.
The inside look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucks with that.
Hey, one more idea I had. A cannabis lounge on the beach. Like, come in and smoke, chill, get some coffee, enjoy yourself. It's pretty fire, no?
No food. No food.
No food.
Can't do food.
There's plenty of that around anyway.
Yeah, I think the restaurant industry is fucking killer. It sucks. Apparently it's a shit show. But I think with drinks, you can be super profitable. And a fucking lounge to come just kick it. Dude, that sounds great. What are laws like right now? There aren't any cannabis lounges, are there?
There's some dispensaries down there, but there's definitely no lounges on Venice Beach. Now, I will say they just opened the first ever cannabis lounge in LA, sponsored by Lowell's, which is one of the pre-roll brand. They're a cannabis brand. You'll see them in all the dispensaries. Dude, I went into this lounge about a week and a half ago. It was the coolest fucking vibe, man. First of all, you have a menu of cannabis. You can order pre-rolls right off the cannabis. They'll bring it right to your table. And then, of course, you have the food, drink, ice cream menu, which are all like gourmet options. Not to mention like the vibe in there. So many beautiful people, women and men. And like there's like, it's all wood. There's an outdoor area that you have to reserve. You can't just go and sit down there. It was like really,
wow, dude. So I didn't know this was legal yet.
I think they just started doing this sort of stuff.
Wow. Like, so how new is this place?
I'm talking like within the last month.
Dude, that sounds sick as fuck.
If you come out,
that has been an idea, dude, that I think so many people have brainstormed before.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I like it. I know I shot down. I was like, no food earlier. I don't know. I've never fucking been in a restaurant. I've never owned a restaurant, so I don't know firsthand. But I mean, I think maybe you and I have brainstormed like a restaurant that's strategically paired different buds with different foods.
For sure. But dude, this was like what you think of like when you thought of that business idea. This is it, man. Like this, they did it so freaking well.
Dude, that's so sick. That's so fucking sick. So yeah, if you could put that on that location.
Yeah.
Once again, I don't know what legality, what restrictions there are, what policies.
And space would be too, but
that'd be sick. So on that same boardwalk, a little ways down, there's actually a hostel. Are you familiar?
I know what a hostel is, but I don't know the specific hostel you're talking about.
So it is called, I think it's literally called Beach House. Beach House. When I was there, I stayed at one of the partner hostels. And while I'm saying this might actually be in San Diego that I'm thinking of. There's probably a different boardwalk in San Diego that I'm thinking of. But either way,
bad idea.
Super chill. So I don't know how profitable they are. I assume they've owned that location for a long ass time, so they could have it. I mean, hostels cost next to nothing to stay at. But dude, it's super chill. And so on the inside, it's like a big ass house essentially, right? With tons of different rooms, places to stay. And then actually have a real nice patio outlook area that looks right over the sand, over the water.
That's cool.
So you could run the exact same vibes. I mean, they're using it as a fucking hostel. You could use it easily as a lounge.
For sure. Now, I will say one thing he did tell me is you're not allowed to sleep in the property. I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah.
Even if you're renting it, you're not allowed to sleep in it. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. It just must be some rule on Venice Beach, maybe to keep homeless people out.
Can't make it a hostel. Same vibes, just as a lounge. Dude, that'd be sick. I mean, people trying to experience cannabis that are coming from wherever. especially now, right? It's not federally illegal yet. So people trying to experience cannabis, maybe they don't want to buy something. They don't know what to buy. They don't want to carry it around with them. You're here. Pop one into the lounge. Have a drink if you want to drink, and that's it. Have a smoke if you want to smoke, and that's it. At the lounge, there's no judgment.
So let's just ask the listeners one more time, which one of those ideas was your favorite? And if you have any ideas that are better than those, please send them to Wayne or I. We'd love to hear them.
Dude, love to hear him. That's some good shit. That's always fun. That's always super fun. Just brainstorming random businesses because, hey, you never know, right? There's endless possibilities. Let's take action. Shit, if you guys are interested in actually getting the connection to this spot, if we don't end up picking it up, shit, we can definitely broker that deal. No doubt about it.
No doubt. We'll take a commission, though.
Yeah, sounds great. Cool. Anything you want to leave them with?
No, we're just going to keep, we're headed towards Christmas. So if any of you guys out there are in e-commerce or interested in that space, it's getting hot right now. Great time to enter. Great time to start looking into what products you could sell online. It's super easy, real easy to set up. Just wanted to put that out there. Vengatti lives on.
Gotti lives on, man. Yeah, that's the first big e-commerce project right there, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys are interested in e-commerce, hit us up. We're actually working on a store right now. Going to be selling some product for Friday, Cyber Monday, running into Christmas. Dude, the time is hot. And the best thing is you can do it away where there's little to no upfront investment. It's a great way to just start entrepreneurship. See if you like it. See if you're down to, be accountable to yourself. Or else, hey, find a job that makes you happy. That's chill too. Cool. Tight. Guys, if you dig it, if you like it, share the episode, post it wherever, send it into someone's DMs. And we greatly appreciate it. Until then, peace.
Peace.
Nice, man.
Sweet. That was fun.